All right, I got an alert, so I decided to take a trade. But I'll explain why I took that trade in a minute. Oh, if I back up, beep, 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 beep. Looking at the 4 hour here. 4 hour time frame, we went down, we came up. We went down, we came up. We're at 3 touch points and kind of sort of broke, but we have an insane reject off of this trend line. So with that being said, I feel like it's going to respect it, especially because there was a horizontal line that I placed from all the way back here on the 4 hour, and one of the 30-minute candles, it would have been 15-minute as well. They all go up to the same spot. They've just broken down. But it literally went directly to the line. And I was like, it's a good sign, taking a short. So that's what I did. Pretty decent RR risk to reward ratio. Like I could probably put this on here. Like the 4 hour time frame. And then if you go down to the 1 hour, you see this reject here. So it came up, push pass. We saw this huge wick candle. This one and then this one. I promise you, I did not move this line from when I placed it like last week. Like I didn't even touch it. It held up, man. So bounced here, came up, touched here, and then came back down. This line was right here. Right? Just about here. Yeah. So I don't know. We shall see. I have a feeling that it's gonna go down, but this is just such a big, even the 1 hour, like that's a huge jump. I feel like it's just gonna have to fill in this area. Like, look at all this gap space is here, gapped over here. Like, hello, somebody. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely illogical, and this is gonna be a break and retest, and then a going up. Oh, there we go, right there. Beautiful. We shall see. This is a micro crude oil, by the way. Yeah, look at that beautiful touch point down. Chef's kiss. Perfect touch point. Micro crude oil. She's going up. She got into this area here. These two are really close together. These two lines. That's psycho. Yeah. No words. No words at all. Is this probably going up? Absolutely. Do I know where it's going to stop? Absolutely not. But will we see? For sure. I'm not going to take a trade on this one. I could take a bounce trade. This is pretty significant. That is probably going to go to the upside, especially considering there's like literally nothing here. It just went all the way down. But we shall see. It's going to be a fun one. I'm excited to watch to see where micro Bitcoin. Also, I put my stop loss up here because I want to give it some wiggle room. I'm going to go to 170 just because it's still in my like risk range. I have to lose like 494 is my 1%. That's my 1% risk. So the way that I like to think about it, it just makes it easier for me. It's not a matter of like how many trades. Granted, I'm not going to be like taking 6 trades a day. Ain't no way. However, I allow myself a few trades because I think also if I'm short trading on a smaller time frame, if I see the trade break something and then it's faking me out and I notice it, I want to reverse. That's essentially 2 trades. That's it. In, out, in, out. However, if I have 2 different instruments and I see a trade on both and they both do that, granted, I need to reframe my thinking when it comes to my trading because I got faked out twice, which actually that is highly probable. So like fake outs are normal, especially on micro Bitcoin. And then micro crude oil right now is going ballistic. That could possibly happen, especially for the 2 instruments that I'm trading. But I allow myself like, as long as I'm not losing more than 1% of my money, I also am trying to get my prop firms. I am so excited to make trading work out and put myself out there when it comes to trading because like right now I'm down in the dumps. If you guys are new, I should have prefaced this in the beginning. But if you are new, what I'm trying to do is finally become profitable in trading because it's been 3 years and I'm still unprofitable. And it's one thing where like I believe in myself so much that I'm capable of getting this to work. I just don't know what mental blockage I am having, except for the fact that I think I'm just too urgent. I'm like too excited to trade and I'm not really thinking things through before getting into a trade. I'm just kind of like getting into them. And I think that also creating this YouTube channel and showing you guys my journey with trading will either 1, get you guys to trade, or 2, show you what we all go through as traders. Like, this is a very real thing. Money is a very real thing as well. And we all suffer from like, whether it's an ego with money, whether it's their lack of with money, whether it's like patience. There's always something that you need to work through at different levels in trading, which is what I love about it. So I'm again super excited to get this all thing going. And if you guys want to know my story on how I got started trading, go watch my video on my trading journey. But all that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying watching this journey. I don't think I actually showed you guys my winning trade last week. I think I did show this to you guys, but just in case if I didn't, I did make a trade on micro crude oil last week. Pretty stoked about it. I made 213, well, kind of, sort of, not really, but 213 was the profit on that trade. Super fun. Micro crude oil. Let me go on ahead actually and show you guys what that trade looked like. Was it this one? Yeah. What's this one? So I don't even remember what I did for this trade. Oh, wow. I like looked away for 2 seconds and it already went back up. Cool. I like that. That makes me feel good. Alrighty. So if we're here, we had this come down here. Well, I didn't have that at that point. Cool. Super stoked about it. So these are my lines here. I had a feeling that I was going to come up and get to like this area because it broke this line here. So I had another trend line coming up. It essentially, I'm just going to draw it on the short term. You don't need to be on a long term. There we go. So this was my trade. So it broke this line here, took a trade here. Fabulous. Let's go. Broke, retested, and then came back up. And I was like, cool. We're good. And then it kept like fluttering a little bit. It also had like all of this consolidation. So the reason why I got into it is because it had all this consolidation. And usually micro crude oil, after like this amount of consolidation, I don't really know how to explain it other than like this amount of consolidation. I guess this is like the intuition that you build up. Anywho, I had a feeling that after all of this consolidation and this downward trend as a whole, if I like move it back, you can just see that at one point there was 3 touch point trend line break, and then it still decided to consolidate a little bit. So I was just kind of watching it. And after this like third peak, I guess I was like, all right, it came down. If I just had a feeling, I was just like, yeah, it's going to rip up a little bit. Let me catch it. So it broke. And I was like, solid. Plus, it was very low risk. So if we took a look here, I was like, what? I think it was like 150 risk because I put my stop loss like all the way down here just to give it a lot of room. It actually broke this line for a second. It was just faking people out, but I stayed in it, or at least it tried to fake people out. And I stayed in it just because I'm going to be honest, I set it and forget it. That's what I did. I literally like set my stop loss, set my TP, and then closed the screen. I was like, I'm not looking at it because I always wiggle and jiggle my lines. And I was like, I have faith in this one. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So I let it do its thing. I actually don't think I had a TP. I just had a stop loss and I was just trailing my stop loss. Yeah, that's what happened. I was trailing my stop loss and I missed the fact that it broke the trend line. Because when was this? 6:45 in the morning. It's Thursday. Thursday was a busy day for me. So I missed it. Oops, but it broke. And then I didn't catch it because people were in office until 9:30. And well, I think it was, I don't even remember where I saw it, but 9:30 is when it came back up. And then I finally took out right here because I was like, yeah, a little over $200. I'm not mad about it. So yeah, that's why I took it. And then I was kind of banking that it was going to come down because I eventually moved this line here. And I started to see it come down. And I was like, do I really want to like lose out that much more? And I'm like, it's not really worth it because it could come all the way back down. And I was like, I'd be making like nothing. Granted, yes, it could have ripped up, but I'm like $200. After my chain of like losses, I was like, that's a huge win for me. So that's exactly what we did. We made 200 buckaroonies and then we were like, we're out. I'm out. Cool. And that was my trade. That's what I did. And that's how I made $200. Fake bucks, but all right. I'm going to put it here. Reason why I like to do this is because, first and foremost, I'm weird. I like to, well, actually keep it here because this was essentially the line that I like broke, faked out, and I'm glad that is coming back down. Broke this. And again, I guess now I'm safer to put it here because it did start to make that peak, especially after this closes, which is in 8 minutes. I'm not bad about it. So we're going to leave it how it is. Yeah, I cannot believe it went to the exact same price as it did in the past. That's pretty wild, to say the least. I honestly could even just like capitalize on like a little mini movement right here if I wanted to. And do like $100 here. I just have a feeling because of the gap over here that's gonna calm down. Dude, I'd be even happy with 300. Yeah, that's my trading journey so far. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I have undeniable confidence within myself that it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen. It's too fun. I love it. I love clicking buttons on a screen and predicting things. I'm gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I think I'm saying we're because I'm talking to y'all on YouTube, and I'm like, as you guys follow along in my journey, you're a part of it as well. So, all right, peace out, Girl Scout. Talk to you soon.